In less than 48 hours, Maryland will make its mark on the future of politics. From the White House to the seats in the Capitol and Baltimore's City Hall, voters will cast their ballots for their choice of the next leaders. Thanks for joining us, everyone, for this edition of 11 TV Hill. I'm Jason Newton, and this Tuesday is primary day here in Maryland, and voters will take to the polls, casting ballots in 43 races. Consider this your voter's guide, giving you everything you need to know about the candidates and the rules and procedures for voting on Tuesday. Now we begin with Baltimore City politics. It appears to have become a two-woman race for mayor, and the gloves are off. Catherine Pugh and Sheila Dixon exchanged accusations all week long. 11 News reporter George Lettuce has that story.
You must go vote in order to work.
Raymond Fenwick says when he went to work for Catherine Pugh's mayoral campaign, they offered him food and a ride to go vote during early voting.
When we got on the bus, they fed us with chicken boxes and sodas and stuff. They sent me up to Westside Skills Center with about 50 other people, and they said we had to vote for Ms. Pugh in order to keep this job.
From an election point of view, it's just transparent effort to buy votes.
They said you're on this bus, we're taking you to vote, you're on.
Here's another former Pugh campaign worker, Rochelle Myers.
They didn't actually come out of their mouth and say you had to vote for Pugh. No, they didn't say that on the bus.
Is that illegal? I mean, they're not saying vote for Catherine Pugh or else.
Well, let's put it this way. Even Ray Charles could see what was intended.
Senator Pugh held a press conference to refute claims she's trying to buy votes.
Some people who even came through our training were voting for other people because you can't tell people who to vote for. We had one person who was a Republican. Okay.
The Pugh camp showed the press a Dixon campaign flyer advertising a free bus ride with drinks and snacks to early voting locations. Then the Pugh campaign claimed Dixon campaign workers have harassed Pugh voters as they enter early voting locations.
Once the voters come off the bus, they are presented with cameras in their faces, oftentimes catcalls. Oftentimes they yell at them and say, "Oh, how much did you get paid to come and vote?"
And so I would ask her and her campaign apparatus to just tell people to chill.
For 11 TV Hill, I'm George Lettuce.
Now, both sides deny their own campaigns are breaking those election rules. Meanwhile, the latest poll numbers show Pugh pulling ahead just a bit. The Baltimore Sun, University of Baltimore poll has State Senator Catherine Pugh leading former Mayor Dixon 31 to 25%. There are also 5 Republican candidates on the ballot right now running for Baltimore City Mayor. In previous polls, voters identified the ability to cut crime as the most important trait for the next mayor of Baltimore. That was followed by honesty and ethics. Turning now to the race to replace Barbara Mikulski in the U.S. Senate on the Democratic side. It's a close one between candidates Chris Van Hollen and Donna Edwards. Both have secured high-profile endorsements, and both have been advertising heavily on both radio and television. On the Republican side, the top 3 candidates, according to recent polls, are Kathy Szeliga, Chris Gonzalez, and Richard Douglas. The most recent poll released earlier this month looked at the Democratic candidates. Donna Edwards has a slight lead over Chris Van Hollen right now with the margin of error about 5.5%. The candidates vying to take that seat that will be left vacant when Senator Mikulski retires. She's the longest serving woman in Congress, serving Maryland since 1987. Well, in the presidential race, the two front runners, both in their parties, won their primaries last week in New York, expanding their delegate leads and providing a big boost, launching them into the final leg of that race. 11 News Washington Bureau reporter Aixa Diaz has a recap of the New York primary and a look at what's next.
Jason, both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton won more than 50% of the vote in their home state of New York Tuesday.
New York, New York.
A victorious Donald Trump addressed supporters at Trump Tower after winning the New York primary and gaining nearly all of the delegates at stake.
Nobody should take delegates and claim victory unless they get those delegates with voters and voting. And that's what's going to happen.
Trump's victory leaves Ted Cruz without a mathematical chance of clinching the GOP nomination before the Republican convention in July. After winning by more than 10%, Hillary Clinton is now more than 3/4 of the way to locking up the Democratic nomination.
We have seen that it's not enough to diagnose problems. You have to explain how you'd actually solve the problems.
Bernie Sanders returned to his home state of Vermont for one day to, quote, get recharged.
There are 5 primaries next week. We think we're going to do well, and we have a path toward victory.
And of course, Maryland, one of those 5 primaries coming up, as well as Delaware, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. In Washington, Aixa Diaz, WBAL TV 11 News.
Maryland is going to have an outsized voice as the nation is looking to Maryland to decide, do we nominate Donald Trump and hand the election to Hillary Clinton? Or do we unite behind the Cruz campaign and beat Hillary Clinton?
As we've reported, for the first time in decades, Maryland's delegate votes really do count here, so it should come as no surprise that the Old Line State has seen visits this week from Ted Cruz, John Kasich, and Donald Trump as well. Democrats have more at stake in the Maryland primary than Republicans. There are 118 delegates up for grabs in the Democratic contest and 38 delegates in the Republican race in Maryland. And that victory is winner takes all. There are also 20 races set for congressional seats this election season, and voters in Baltimore City will also decide on council members for 20 different city districts and elect a city comptroller. Incumbent Joan Pratt facing one opponent this election. It is Mike King. And we want to remind you that the way that you vote this election season will be different. Unless you have a disability, you'll vote by paper ballot. The switch was made after voter concerns over touchscreen voting not having a verifiable paper trail of those votes. The new ballots, they're printed, then inserted into another machine to be recorded and then stored. Officials with the State Board of Elections say that the new system helps create some oversight there. Here's some things to keep in mind when you head to your polling place. You can bring up to 2 children under the age of 18 with you as long as they don't interfere with the voting procedures. You cannot have your cell phone or other electronics in the polling place, but you are allowed to bring in printed materials that'll help you cast your ballot. That includes your marked specimen ballot. And some first-time voters in Maryland will be asked to show ID. That includes a photo ID or a copy of a utility bill or bank statement from the last 3 months that contains your name and your address as well. A new law granting tens of thousands of ex-felons in Maryland the right to vote without having to wait for their probation or parole periods to end. Earlier this year, the General Assembly overrode the governor's veto of a bill to allow some 40,000 felons the right to register to vote. And early voting seems to be a big hit this year in Maryland. As of April 18th, 85,736 people had cast their ballot. That's way more than early voting in past elections. Well, there's a lot for city voters to consider before they reach the polls, and voting itself has taken on a new look in a few ways this election season. City Elections Director Armstead Jones joins us to discuss that and early voting. Thank you for coming by, sir.
Thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about turnout so far. You expected it to be a decent turnout. Did it prove you right so far?
Oh, yes. Right now, we're at 16,000 voters for early voting, and of course, 2014, when we finished, we were at 16. So it's going to go beyond the 16,000. We still have several days to go.
Sure. You're saying anytime there's something new, there might be some hiccups along the way. Some people wanted to be faster, but with volume, I'm guessing that's tough. What have you heard so far, and are there fixes in place as we get closer to the primary?
Well, of course, the first day of early voting, we had a few glitches, and of course, we have at least 15 to 18 election judges in a site.
Wow, okay.
And of course, trying to get the organization together and the process to see what works best. And of course, day 2 went a lot smoother.
Sure.
And of course, it's new for the voters, it's new for the judges. So voters were very pleased with the paper ballot.
Always run into some first-timers who come to register. Now you can have that same-day registration, at least for the early voting. Are people taking advantage of that as well?
Yes, we've had quite a few people to come in and do same-day voter registration. And of course, in our sites, when new voters come, they let off a cheer. First-time voter, and everybody claps and rah-rah for them. So it's been really nice. The lines have been steady, but voters have been going through in a decent time.
In 2008, we thought we saw a big turnout. Compare the 2 years so far.
Well, and of course, 2008, several things were different. I know within a week of our deadline to get all voter registrations on the system, we may have had 20 to 30,000 to put on. That was a very unusual year. That presidential election. And of course, here in Baltimore, this is uncharted territory for us because this is the first time for presidential election along with the mayoral election. That's never been done before.
You're saying you just want to get to that last day. Make sure, have a clear out winner and just make sure you're done when it's over.
When it's over, we want to be able to do our canvass without any issues or problems and certify it to the state.
Mr. Jones, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Good
Appreciate
to see you.
it.
Wish you luck through the season, sir.
Thank you.